Welcome to Sahara Football Extra. My name is Raphael Banamanipote, and in today's episode, we speak about one of Ghana's hottest prospects, Mohammed Kudus. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so to subscribe to the channel. So let's delve deep into discussions. And just this week, Chelsea Football Club, one of the English clubs in the English Premiership, have expressed interest in taking one of our own, this Mohammed Kudus, for the upcoming season. So they've expressed interest, they've written to, that is Ajax of Holland, and we are currently picking up reports that they've actually concluded agreement with Mohammed Kudus for the upcoming season. When you look at Mohammed Kudus, he plays for Ajax in the Dutch Eredivisie. Look at their pay structure. I mean, Kudus is one of the least guys that takes a substantial amount of money home. So you would want to ask yourself, or I actually want to delve deep into why I feel that Mohammed Kudus shouldn't take up the move to FC Chelsea. Two things: either he moves to Borussia Dortmund or Brighton Hove Albion. These are two clubs that have also expressed interest in taking up Mohammed Kudus for the upcoming season. You have Manchester United in there, Arsenal in there. They have also expressed interest. But my analysis will be dwelling on that is Dortmund as well as Brighton Hove Albion. In the last few years, if you notice, you see that a club like Borussia Dortmund have had a lot of players that have come through their ranks. The likes of Erling Haaland, he is currently doing very well with Manchester City. He broke a lot of goal scoring records with them. They've had the likes of Shinji Kagawa, he played for Manchester United in the past. Ike Gundogan himself, he also came from, that is Borussia Dortmund, to the side. He's been very, very instrumental in their title success. Last season, he led them to the treble. Ousmane Dembele, he also played for Borussia Dortmund. He moved to FC Barcelona in the Spanish Premier La Liga. We know his exploits there. And a host of other notable guys that have played with Borussia Dortmund. One thing Borussia Dortmund offers most of these guys is that the training, they give you a lot of training, and you see that when these guys are playing, they play with a certain bit of maturity, a certain bit of development that has to do with their game. Recently, we also saw Jude Bellingham. He transferred from Borussia Dortmund to Real Madrid. Big prospects there. And the likes of Gio Reyna, he is still with Borussia Dortmund. But you see, all these players I've mentioned have come through the ranks of Borussia Dortmund, and they've gone on to secure bigger moves to other clubs, either in the English Premiership or the Spanish Premier La Liga. So let's move to Brighton Hove Albion. Last season, they were stupendous under their coach, that is De Zerbi. De Zerbi took them to higher heights, and look at De Zerbi's current squad he has at his disposal. The likes of McAllister, they were very instrumental in Argentina's success in the World Cup. He has since transferred to Liverpool. You have Moses Caicedo, who has been a subject of transfer interest from FC Chelsea in the last few days, because Brighton are holding up for a fee within the region of £100 million, but Chelsea are reluctant to pay that amount of money to Brighton. But let's say in the next few days, they'll probably cover that amount of money. Then you have a player like Kaoru Mitoma. Mitoma has been very sensational with that is Brighton, a well-coached player. His skill set is beyond admirable. A player like Sonny March, he's also instrumental. He's been doing very well with Brighton Hove Albion. Danny Welbeck, he's played for Manchester United in the past, but currently when he plays, you see an element of maturity with his game. So there are a host of other guys. And Ciso, he transferred from, that is the South Americas to Brighton. When he plays with a room filled of fluidity. Technical skill set is just beyond an appreciable level. So most of these guys have come through the ranks, and they are doing very well with Brighton as well as Dortmund, as I mentioned in the past. So you look at Mohammed Kudus, I feel that if he's able to earn a move to either Dortmund or Brighton Hove Albion, he's going to do exploits with them. And you see, what will happen is that when he's making a big move to a club like FC Chelsea, he doesn't have to fear foul, because he has gone through the ranks, he has gone through the mill, and he will be able to present himself as and when the opportunity comes. Then again, if he stays with Ajax in the Eredivisie, last season, I mean, he was involved in almost about 25 goal contributions for Ajax in about, I think, 40 matches thereof. It still spells room for improvement. It still spells room for the fact that a player like Mohammed Kudus, there is still a lot of room for him to better his game. I mean, I know a lot of people are saying that Ajax are his development side, but I feel that if he's able to either stay with Ajax for a season, I mean, he's going to he's going to command that is a substantial amount of transfer fees, because we look at the amount they are quoting for a player like Mohammed Kudus. He's just commanding £40 million. Last season, Ajax was able to command in excess of £100 million for Anthony. He moved to Manchester United. The likes of Donny van de Beek, they also moved to Manchester United. Matthias de Ligt, they moved to Juventus and recently moved to that is Bayern Munich. Frankie de Jong, he was part of the side that was able to move to FC Barcelona. So you have most of these guys, when they stayed, were able to command a substantial amount of transfer fees for that is their club. If Kudus stays, it means that the money Chelsea is offering him now, the season later, he's going to command even double of that amount. Then there is that twist. People are saying that Ajax are currently his development club. If he moves to Chelsea, it would actually help him. I feel that currently Chelsea is in transition. They have a new coach, Mauricio Pochettino, and he's taken over. I mean, they went through a bad patch under Graham Potter, as well as Frank Lampard. If he takes, that is Mohamed Kudus with him currently, I mean, he needs the results. And once Mohamed Kudus is unable to deliver the results, it sets a precedent, or the fact that he might be tossed out on loan, or it sets the precedent that he would probably find himself on the bench. There are a host of other guys that have played for FC Chelsea. Kevin De Bruyne is one of the players that came through the ranks of FC Chelsea. He didn't perform well, he was tossed out. Mohamed Salah, he didn't perform well, he was tossed out. When he went to AS Roma, went to cut his craft before moving to Liverpool some 5 seasons ago. You have Gil Kakuta, he also played for the side. Marco van Ginkel, he played for Chelsea. He wasn't able to. Oriol Romero, he also played for Chelsea some years. He wasn't able to meet the mark. He was tossed out. And you see, there are a host of names I could mention. Baba Rahman, he never kicked a foot for that is Chelsea. And they seized Christian Atsu. He was also sent out on loan on a host of occasions. So I feel that if Mohammed Kudus comes into the field and is not able to deliver the goods, I mean, we know what is going to happen with him at FC Chelsea. I'm not saying that he won't be able to deliver the goods, but I'm just saying and alluding to the fact that if he's unable to deliver to the goods, it spells room for a lot of doom for a 22-year-old boy who wants to set the global football stage ablaze. It's an F clause there, because he might come into the ranks, he might do very well under Mauricio Pochettino. The thing about Mohammed Kudus is that he's a fighter, he's a warrior, he's able to turn heads rolling, he can play across the 3 attacking positions as well as the false 9 position. So if he comes, I mean, who knows, he might be able to help FC Chelsea this season. But if he doesn't, he should stay at Ajax or secure a move to Brighton or Borussia Dortmund. So on this note, this is where I draw the curtains down on today's episode. We're talking about Mohammed Kudus and Chelsea's expressed interest in the Ghanaian international. If you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, please do so. Subscribe to the channel. My name is Rafael Banaman Kote, and keep up alive with sport.